for the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show with your host, author, and minister Stephanie M. Seaton, the talk show dedicated to discussing issues we all face and the solution to help us live a more abundant life in Christ. Join us today as we proclaim the glory of God and His promise of hope and a future for us. This is your opportunity for encouragement, inspiration, and empowerment. So let's get ready for another incredible segment of the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show with your host, Stephanie M. Seaton.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show. And I am so happy that you're here. It's going to be an amazing episode once again. We have an amazing guest today, Miss Joanne Allen. Oh my God, she is a woman of purpose, an amazing friend. She's a leader. I met this young lady, probably about 3-4 years ago now. And I've just been inspired by watching her. She is a boss, okay? But not only that, she's humble. She's a real person. She's down to earth and she greets everybody with a smile. So I am going to bring to the stage now Miss Joanne Allen.
Hello, hello, hello.
So I am so happy to have you here today. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are an amazing woman, a leader. Man, your career. You've done some amazing things. So I wanted to give you the opportunity to share, to talk about that. This platform is for anybody in the Christian community that is an entrepreneur, that wants to share information of encouragement to the community, whether it be men or women. And I mean, you're amazing. So I definitely had to have you here. So tell me, who is Joanne Allen? Let's just dig in. Who
You know,
is
that's
Joanne
just
Allen?
loaded. That is so loaded. That is so loaded. That's such a loaded question. First, let me tell you, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me on. I am praying that anything that I says is a blessing to somebody today or
Definitely.
whenever they hear it. So
Yeah.
thank you for being the woman who would have me come. I appreciate you. So
Yes.
who is Joanne Allen? Joanne Allen is a woman of God. Joanne Allen is a businesswoman for sure. Joanne Allen is a woman who does not like being controlled. She loves to fly free and allow God to expand her territory. That's who Joanne Allen is.
Very good. And I concur with all of that. Again, we have been in contact. I think it's been about 3 or 4 years, right?
Maybe a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. And
Maybe it might
I
be a little
mean,
longer.
you have been so determined and focused, and those are some amazing qualities. 21 years self-employed, left the job field of being employed by someone else, and you took a leap of faith and became a boss and a self-employed for 21 years. Tell me, how did you come to that decision? What was life like before that, and how did you come to that decision?
Oh my goodness, that's like such a loaded question. It encompasses so much. Such a great question. I before Mary Kay, I'm gonna go way back.
Okay.
So to give people a little bit of history of, because sometimes you hear entrepreneurs and you think, oh my God, well, she had some money and she decided to do something, and look at her, and I'm like, look at her, look at what God will do. That's what we need to look at, what God will do. But
Yeah.
I don't even know if you know some of this, but I actually was raised in a household by my grandmother. My
Hmm.
mother was murdered when I was 4 years old.
I did not know this.
And I was a latchkey kid. You know how the kids have like the string, the yarn, and the one key?
Right.
Literally, I was 6 years old as a latchkey kid. And I lived on the street, and it was 28th Street. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I don't live there now, but that's where I was born and raised. And
Wow.
the local prostitute, Miss Penny, would every morning ask me if I ate breakfast. Miss Penny worked my street.
Wow.
Every morning, Miss Penny would ask if I had had breakfast because in that time, in that age, my grandmother, who was raising me, she was already at work. She was a nurse's aide.
Okay.
So
Wow.
she was apparently independent and self sufficient even then. And so I would walk to school, I would fix my breakfast, and my breakfast of choice was cinnamon toast. I love cinnamon toast with some butter. And
Okay.
so I would have cinnamon toast every day, and then I would
Mhm.
go and walk to school. And not only would I walk to school, um, and she didn't take me because she was at work,
Yeah.
but I'd come home at 6 years old and let myself in the house because she wasn't home yet.
Wow.
So I would do whatever I was supposed to do until she arrived. So my independence started
Very early.
very early, very early because it was expected. Like
Hmm.
she'd go into work, you got to do what you got to do. I did what I was told to do.
Wow.
So that started my journey to being independent. And I think it's always so funny, especially in the Christian world. So many people don't know someone else's story. So they see
Mhm.
someone, they pass judgment. You've heard, don't
Yeah.
judge a book by its cover. Like,
That's
and
right.
forever we judge in the book by its cover. So
Yeah.
people like myself have learned I don't judge books by the
Yeah.
cover because I have been judged so much. And so grew up taking care of my grandmother, and she had serious health issues. So by 17, I'm off to college, had a full scholarship to ASU, and I was also taking care of my grandmother, who by then had had so many onset issues because of her health and nursing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
literally went off to college and put her in an apartment living for adults. And
Okay.
then as she started having to go to appointments for doctor's appointments, I made sure I was there for all of those. And
Wow.
then soon went to the military. And then fast forward maybe 10 years, entrepreneurship came to me. And it came by way of Mary Kay. I'd never done anything else,
Yeah.
never have done any other business, because I believed, being raised the way I was, that carrying a briefcase into work was success.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what success is. If you a chick and you carrying a briefcase, you bad. You better know you bad.
You got it
And
going
so
on,
that's
right?
going on. So that's what I thought it was. That's what I thought was going on. And
Yeah.
so I went to work and I carried a briefcase, and I ran departments, was a trainer, and soon realized that this is not really what's going on.
Right.
You
Right.
know, by this time I'd been married, I had gotten divorced, I had two small children, I got married again, and it was not the best marriage at all.
Hmm.
And I was running a department at work,
Yeah.
and I decided that I wanted something more. I wanted something more. Like, I'm smarter than what I'm receiving.
Yeah.
And so Mary Kay came into my life, but I was like, I am not selling no Mary Kay. Who does that?
Yeah.
Mary Kay is not a briefcase going into work. So
Right.
Mary Kay is not successful.
Right.
And so I soon realized that I could carry a briefcase to work forever and ever and ever, and I could get whatever they decided they wanted to pay me,
Yeah.
or I could chart my own course, learn how to make money, learn how to love on people, learn how to service people,
Right. Right.
and then watch God increase my territory.
And praise the Lord, He has done that. We're going to watch a short video here in just a moment, but I know just in the course of the time I've known you, I think I've seen you get 2 or 3 Cadillacs. I mean, in that short period of time. And so now tell me, how many have you actually had in these 21 years?
Okay, so in 21 years, great question. Now, I've been with Mary Kay for 24 years, but I
Okay.
left my job and I've worked Mary Kay full time for 21. And so
Okay.
in that time, I have earned 14 car titles. And what that means is I've earned 14 cars, but two times I actually took cash instead of the car because you can take the car or you can take the cash. And so two of those times I actually took cash instead of the car.
Did you
So
say
eight pink Cadillacs.
14? Did you say
Yes.
14, 1 and 4?
Yes. I've been driving free in Mary Kay since 2003.
Wow. 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 Okay, so that brings me to this next question. I mean, that's faith. I mean, you took a leap of faith and you bet on yourself. What do
That's a
you
statement.
say? Yeah, and that's kind of where I am, Joanne. I've been in dental for almost 18 years now, and as much as I love dental, it's not mine. And so
Mhm,
I like you have decided to start betting on myself. If I can make dentist offices into $1 million practices, what could I do for myself, right? And
mhm.
so the Lord blessed me with one thing. And when He blessed me with that one thing, the Holy Spirit kept going. And I was like, I'm going to be a Joanne. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm going to take these books and I'm going to turn these books into a book club. And I'm going to write books. I'm going to help people write books. And, that's what it's about. The Lord gives us grace and protection and opportunity. I mean, being single moms, but still having the courage and the determination to want better, to want more. The Lord being in our lives that we even desired or had a knowledge to desire more because there's so many people and I want to kind of speak to young women now. There's so many young women, in our culture, in all cultures, that are going through things. It takes one thing to sidetrack them and they just want to throw their hands up. They just want to live off the system. They don't have that hope and that inspiration, right? What would you
Mhm.
say to the younger version of yourself? What would you say to the young lady that's watching this interview that that could encourage them or could make them have that aha moment? What do you think?
Oh my gosh. So first thing, I'm gonna try not to cry. I got
Okay.
some tissue right there just in case I need to wipe some tears. But let me
Yeah.
tell you, what would I tell my younger me is that you are smart. And so what
Yeah.
I would tell any young woman, any older woman, any man, any whoever, you already have what it takes on the inside of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just gotta lean into it.
Yeah.
Let's take you for example. Like you are amazing, Stephanie. You always have been. That's why I've always been chasing you. Because listen, I know success when I see it.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we
you.
all know success when we see it. It's just that the people that on the inside they don't feel it because they're not always hearing it.
Right.
And
Right.
so everyone is amazing. It doesn't matter what grandpa and them and mama and them told you. You know that there's something different about you
Yeah.
because you were gifted by God to do something. So in the purpose of it, in the process of it, you got to find out what it is. So for me, what I always knew, even as a little girl, listen, even as a little girl, I didn't like bullies. I didn't like people talking about people. I was always like the protector.
Okay. Okay.
I always wanted to help girls
Mm-hmm.
be better. I wanted them to be strong. Like I was the friend, like, oh, she don't like you, going away. Go somewhere because she ain't interested in you. Like I
Yeah.
was always the mouthpiece for the
Mm-hmm.
girls. And I just realized everything about me is helping a woman be better. So I did my strength finders here recently, and
Mm-hmm.
strength finders told me that my number one was maximizer.
I
I
believe that.
love to take a person. Thank you. I take a person. I want to take everyone from where they are to what I think is their next. What I might not even know what their next is. I'm just going to push them to be better because
Yeah,
I see it in them.
you
My
do
number
that.
one spiritual gift is discernment.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I've always, even as a little person, been able to see things. And so I have just learned to lean in. And I would tell younger me, I would tell anybody, lean into what you already know about yourself. Stop hiding from the truth. You know who you are.
Yeah.
And so as I watch you, Stephanie, I'm like, thank Jesus. Because Lord, I knew she was something else. I knew it. I know what I know. I see what I see. And that just doesn't mean that the person has to come into Mary Kay,
Yeah,
but
you definitely been
it's
trying to
like,
push me into my purpose, and I was just like, I ain't got time for that. You know what it is? We
but
get comfortable. We
mhm,
get comfortable, and until the Lord allows things to happen to put
mhm,
us in a place that we're no longer comfortable,
mhm,
and we're ready to surrender, because I had to lay
mhm,
flat on my floor in my bedroom one night and
mhm,
decide that, you know what, I don't want to do this my way anymore. And guess what,
mhm.
Miss Joanne? That's when things took a turn, and
Yes.
they've been going really fast since
I
that
see.
moment. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to keep it going, and I'm ready to be in that full entrepreneurship. It's coming. It's coming very quickly.
Yes.
Um,
It is coming it's coming quicker than you think it is because you are now on your journey. You're now have
mhm.
surrendered yourself to better.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mhm.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy, but I thank God for people like you coming into my life. And you may have think that I wasn't really listening to you, but I've always listened to you. I've always been listening to you, always admired you. I'm just a little headstrong. So I'd be like, I
Oh, I know
love
a
you.
little bit about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I love you, but don't talk to me about Mary Kay. But it was always more than just Mary Kay. And you definitely poured into my life, and I thank you for that. Like I said, I really think highly of you, and I knew I was going to
Thank you.
definitely have to have you here on my show to share this platform with you. And we're going to take a commercial break here, Miss Joanne. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show.
You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are faithful, faithful through all things. You are with us. We are not alone. You remind us to hold on to hope when we are lost in pain. We cry out your name.
All right. So Joanne Allen, she's on Facebook. Where else are you, Miss Joanne, besides Facebook?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. That's pretty much it.
Okay, Instagram, LinkedIn. Okay, I want to talk a little about a bit about your new speaking platform, Clarity and Confidence. You are definitely a confident woman. Tell me, how did this come about? What is it? How do we get involved?
So you are so awesome. So thank you so much. Definitely confident. In Mary Kay, there was one of my mentors was Sean Key, and he would always talk about being a level 10 confident woman. And one of the things that, because we speak when when you start from the very beginning in Mary Kay, just like anyone else, you get a starter kit and then you just build your business. You don't know, you can't see 21 years ahead and see who you're going to be in any industry. You know where you want to go, you know
Right.
what you want it to look like, but you can't see it. And
Right.
so I've been for so long teaching women about getting out of their own way,
Okay.
and men, get out of the way. Like, you are in your own way. And even as I say these words, based on what my goals are currently, I'm like, so in my own way. Like, and so I am currently working on that myself. So I don't think that it ever changes. You can get like really high in any organization, in your own business, and you still will feel like I need to be somewhere else. And so I actually had a friend, a girlfriend. Her name is Shanice Wise Spencer,
Okay.
and she is a business coach. And she takes people from six figures to seven figures. She is in Ohio. She's a business expansion coach. And she was with me in Mary Kay, and we were Cadillac directors together, and God called her out to create her own business. And
Okay.
she is wildly successful as a business expansion coach, many clients. And so, we would often have conversations, and there are a couple of other girlfriends of mine, and they would always be like, you need to start a business where you're speaking to people about what you talk about themselves and about empowerment and development and all those kind of things, because everyone's not going to come into Mary Kay to hear the message that God has for them
Right.
through
Right.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, after much duress, after much beating and shackling, and all kind of stuff that girlfriends do to make you do something,
Yeah.
after pursuing a lot of times, pursuing, chasing them down, calling their phone, hint.
Into their job.
Exactly right. It
Yeah.
come to their job when they know
Yes.
what they know. Let me tell you something about a person who knows what they know. I know what I know, and look at it now. I can't wait. So
Well,
anyway,
sure.
you're welcome. So my girlfriend, she kept saying, you need to do something. You need to add to, not do something different, because this is not. I do this over Mary Kay. Mary Kay there's the goal is to become a national sales director. We're working on being $1 million unit this year, which ends June 30th. So we're working on finish up the goal of being $1 million unit, as well as building a national area, and that's building leaders. And so she was like, you need to start something where you can speak to the hearts of women, which is what I love to do. I love to encourage and say, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. And so I created Clarity and Confidence. Clarity to know what it is that you want, and then
Okay.
confidence to go chase it down and get it.
I like that.
And
I like that.
so thank you so much. So I LLC'd it. I'm a veteran. I LLC'd it, and I'm just talking to people about being their best. So speaker, and it was something that I didn't want to put out there. I created it under duress so that they would leave me alone. I LLC'd it, websited it, business card, speaker sheet, all the stuff that you need to be a legitimate business. I did it because I'm not gonna like just start something and not do it right.
Right.
No, I'm not
Right.
gonna do that. But I didn't chase after it. Listen, I had the nerve to tell Jesus, listen, if it was gonna do something, Lord, you're gonna have to make it do what it do.
You've been there. Yeah. I, I had a conversation similar to that too. I resigned from ministry and said I wasn't gonna go back, but
Oh,
I
oh,
went
okay.
back.
Oh, how's that working for you? How's that
Yeah.
working?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he let me think I was running something for 7 years, and look, I'm back in here. So,
Ooh, that's
but yeah.
beautiful.
So yeah,
That's
the Lord
beautiful.
always has a plan. It's much better when we surrender and we allow the plan to come forth. But Every
Mhm.
once in a while, we have to go through that resistance. But you know what? We are so blessed that we have a God that still, even in the midst of our resistance, He's
Mhm.
patient and loving, and His arms are still always wide open, waiting on
Yes.
us to come back and still come right back to where He said in the beginning. So,
Yes.
man, just grateful, grateful,
Yes.
grateful. Well, I tell
Yes.
you
Like.
what, Miss Joanne, you're doing an amazing job giving back to the community. I see you all over social media attending different events. You've always just had this amazing smile everywhere I see you on
Thank
social media, but not just that, even in real life. Even in real life, you always have a smile. And I'm sure, just like most of us, you're not always having a great day. But that's something that I've always thought was amazing about you is you always wear a smile. Nobody would be able to read you by your face, by your expression. You're so poised. And today was the first day that I heard about your childhood. I had no clue about that. It's definitely relatable for me. I had a little bit different experience in childhood, but still very traumatic. But you are such an amazing woman, and God allows things to happen to shape and make us and mold us into
That's
who
right.
He needs us to be. Nothing happens by accident, and so you have transpired and are still transpiring into an amazing woman of God. And I just strongly encourage you to keep going, keep encouraging. Your platforms will continue to grow because you are such an amazing woman that puts your heart out there. And I cover you. I cover you in prayer and I cover you in grace and peace and all that good stuff. And hopefully, we'll be able to get together soon and just have a good time fellowshipping and not talk about Mary Kay.
Look, what lip glosses that you got on? Okay, let's not talk about Mary Kay.
There
Okay,
you
but
go.
wait, but I gotta give a shout out to my amazing husband, my Superman, Clark Allen,
Yes.
who
Yes.
is the wind beneath my wings. He just lets me be who I am. He just
Yeah.
lets me be who I am. And that's what I would also tell a younger person is find somebody who supports your vision. That is like the
100%.
quickest way to run away is to
Yeah.
know if somebody is trying to prevent you from doing what you know is in your heart to do, run away. Run away, run away fast and in a hurry. And then I have two beautiful boys, and I'm just grateful to God for where He has taken me, where He's brought me from, to where He's brought me to. But I'm excited about where He is going to take me as I continue to lift people to their next best.
Yeah. I will say that too. You and Mr. Clark, he's an amazing partner. I see you guys, and when I see Joanne, I see Clark. And that is a blessing that, he supports you the way that he does. Because I see him at all these Mary Kay events as well. And so I think that's a blessing, partnership, black love. And so that is amazing. And I wish you the best, 20, 30 more years or however long you want to do it. Success with your business with the clarity and confidence. I'm gonna have to link up with you and see what's going on with that and check it out up close and personal. So listen, thank you so much, Miss Joanne, for being on the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday show. It has been amazing catching up with you because we hadn't talked in a while. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be a part, and I am so excited to see all the many wonderful things that God has in store for you, baby.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, thank you so much for being a part of the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday show. This has been an amazing episode today. Um, Amazing woman, Miss Joanne Allen. Check her out on all of her platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and I believe she said Twitter. Check her out. Get involved if there's any way that you can get involved with Clarity and Confidence. If you're looking to be a Mary Kay representative, or if you just need a strong woman to help mentor or lead, contact Joanne Allen. Thank you again. Make sure that you tune in next Sunday. We have another amazing episode. And I'm going to exit for now, but we will see you again on next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning into the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show, the talk show dedicated to discussing issues we all face and the solution to help us live a more abundant life in Christ. Join us next week as we proclaim the glory of God. So until next week, God bless from your good friends at the Stephanie M. Seaton Sunday Show.